Hey guys, it's Mama Ama coming at you from Thinking Out Loud with Keegan Tabor this week for our podcast. This is his 74 car, and we've got lots of questions, but I want Keegan to kind of introduce himself a little bit and just tell me who he is, where he's from, how old you are.
Well, I'm Keegan Tabor. I'm from Randolph, Vermont. 17 years old, and this is the end of my first season racing.
Great, that's awesome. So we have another partner that usually goes with us. Jay Arbuso usually helps us with our podcast. He's not able to come today, but we have some questions that he came up with. So I'm gonna go over those first, and then we can move on to some questions that Brendan and I have.
Yep.
Okay. So have you been racing a long time?
No. So last year I started halfway through the year. I think I did 5 or 6 races at Thunder Road, and then I did 3 races at Claremont.
Okay. All right. So what's the difference between the tracks?
So Thunder Road is it's a smaller track. It's only quarter mile, and it has 16 degrees banking. It's kind of like it's like one big circle if you're running it right.
Okay.
You're always turning. Claremont's a little longer straightaways. It's almost kind of like an egg.
Okay.
1 and 2 are pretty tight, and then 3 and 4 is more of a wider corner. It's not as steep banked, and it's a bigger track. I think 3/8 maybe.
Okay. Nice. How quickly can you go around the racetrack?
So
You have to have time trials, right?
so
Have you
yeah,
had
we
time
we
trials?
have practice
Yeah.
usually. Thunder Road, a fast car will run like a 15.5, 15.7 between that, and that's like the fastest lap, and then I run usually around 16, 16.1.
Okay, so you do pretty well.
Yeah.
Is it about the same at Claremont, or is it a little
So
bit more?
Claremont's 17s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
One good night. So fastest lap there is like so weather changes the speed a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Like a cooler night, 17.3 is the fastest lap. I'm usually 17.3, 17.4.
Wow. So you're pretty fast on that
Yeah.
track. Yeah. So so he's asking how many racetracks are there in Vermont. He knows that Thunder Road is in Barrie and that Bear Ridge is in Bradford, and that 2 of his relatives actually race at Bradford.
Yep.
But we know there's a difference between the tracks from Bradford and Thunder Road. Bradford is dirt.
Yep.
Actually, I've been going to Bradford since I was about 4 years old, so I'm familiar more with the dirt than I am the asphalt track.
Yeah.
But do you know if there are any more race
So
tracks in Vermont?
I don't know. There's Devil's Bowl, which is a dirt track. I don't.
And is that in Rutland or is it in
It's
New York?
past Rutland.
Yeah, so it's probably New York. Yeah.
I think it's still in Vermont.
Fairhaven. Oh,
yeah.
Fairhaven, Vermont. Okay.
But there's a lot of tracks in New England.
Yeah.
Like Claremont and New Hampshire, and a few in New York and Mass. I don't. There's a lot.
Yeah. Have you ever wanted to explore further out of the?
We were talking about it at the end of this year. We were gonna try Devil's Bowl, and Monadnock, which is New Hampshire.
Right.
But we just never. We're gonna go to one more this year. Star, which is an Epping, New Hampshire.
Okay. And is that an asphalt track?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Devil's Bowl is a dirt track right now.
So
right?
It started dirt, then they paved it. Now it's back.
Now it's back to dirt. Yeah, that's what I had thought. Are there ever afternoon races?
Most races are like you talk like midday.
I think that's what he meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually the weekend, Milk Bowl. We usually start. Sunday it's usually a no fire policy until 10.
Oh, okay.
And then 10 is usually 10:05 is when practice starts rolling out. So
okay.
We're racing by 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
Okay. Do they have a curfew at Thunder Road that they can't?
No curfew.
No.
It's usually Thursday nights. Thunder Road's pretty good at getting the races through quickly.
Yeah.
There's only 4 divisions. So.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. We know what number he wanted to know what number your race car is, but your number is 74. Is that pretty standard? I know you have 2 cars, right?
Yeah, they're both 74.
And they're both number 74. And is one for one track and one for the other track?
So this is my Claremont car.
Okay.
And that's my Thunder Road car.
Now, what's the difference between the 2 cars?
So in Claremont, see this tire, you can have more camber here.
Okay.
So and you can run spring rubbers, and you can have a little bit of camber on that side. and there's a weight rule at Claremont.
Oh, okay.
So we have some weight bolted on this.
So it can't be over a certain weight, or it has to
Can't
be a
be
certain
under.
weight. Oh, can't be
Can't be
under
under.
a certain weight.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And that's not the same at Thunder Road.
No, there's no
Okay.
weight rule, and you can only have 1 inch of camber on this side,
Okay.
and you can have 2.5, I believe, at Claremont.
Okay. Nice. Are you in charge of the car's maintenance? I saw when we pulled up here, your grandfather was up here doing some things.
I help out, but my dad, my grandfather, really.
Yeah.
Whenever, when I can, I'm here. If I'm not working,
Yeah.
I come up and help. But a lot of times they do it after work, and that's when I'm going into work. So.
Into work, yeah. Because you're still a full-time student.
Yeah.
Right? And are you in the tech center?
Yeah, I'm in diversified ag.
Diversified ag, okay. Do you own the vehicles? Or do your parents, grandparents, you kind of all kind of own them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I know the answer to this question, but he wrote, is a CDL required to race?
No, but you do have to get a so Thunder Road is an ACT license, and Claremont is a NASCAR license because Claremont's a NASCAR track.
So you have to be at least legal age of driving, or do you have to? Can you be younger?
You can be younger. So I think there's a 13-year-old that races with us at Thunder Road. So, but there's an age limit to get into the pits. 12 or 13's how old you have to be to get into the pits.
Okay.
But if you get in the pits, you can race. Claremont's younger.
Oh wow, that's scary as a parent.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have wanted my kids to race at 13. That's pretty scary. So I think we answered this question. He said, how many race courses do you race on? And right now you're doing 2.
2, yeah.
Right.
Full time. I've been to White Mountain a few
okay.
times, which is in New Hampshire.
Oh, nice. Is that a nice track?
Yep, same size Thunder Road. It's a wider track, so it's a lot more forgiving.
Yeah.
Thunder Roads are it's a hard track to race at. It's so narrow, and usually when you get sideways, if you're not heading to the infield, the wall, you get the wall because it's just it's a 2-lane track. There's not a whole lot of room.
Right. I had wondered this too, Brendan. In just a second, we'll come to your question. Okay. I'm just going to finish Jay's questions. Okay. Have you ever gotten hurt while racing?
I've been sore definitely day after, but I've never been hurt.
So have you had a big crash, or they just?
So my first car, I got caught in some shenanigans, and I got hooked into the wall.
Okay.
And doing 60. So.
Oh geez.
Yeah. So that one was the worst one. That totaled that car.
Yep.
But sorry.
That's okay.
But other than that, I mean, not super hard. I mean, a few days I've been sore after from just bumping and.
Yeah.
But not really.
And you got to expect a little bumping here and there, I guess. Your guys are going fast, and you're kind of pretty close, vying for the same position. So.
It's like going down the interstate an inch from everybody.
Yes, exactly. You want to come on camera and ask?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you get the sponsors?
So a lot of the sponsors are local guys. So, and I know a lot of them. Blackhorn's my cousin, and my dad. Blaze is a family friend, and just a lot of these guys are locals. Valley Bowl, I think's on here, and Sharon Beef is family. So it's just a lot of local guys that I know and like helping me out.
Nice. That was one of my questions too, Brennan. Yeah. So I know in Bradford they have a point system. So at the end of the year, you have your top guys and goes down through. Is that how Thunder Road and Claremont run?
Thunder Road does not have points because it's a beginner's class. Claremont does have points.
Yep.
I finished 6th overall, and I got Rookie of the Year.
Nice.
Yep.
And how many guys are racing? How many guys were vying for that?
18.
Oh, so that's pretty good.
I was in 4th. I had the bad race my last race, and I moved down to 6th.
Yeah. Well, that's still not bad for your first full year, right? So we went under the sponsors. How do our viewers contact you if they want to sponsor you, and what does the sponsorship add to you? Like,
so Facebook, you can find me on Facebook.
Okay.
They get their name on the car. My mom's really good with making Facebook posts.
Okay.
She tags all our sponsors.
Okay.
We have a racing page. I try to thank most of my sponsors in Victory Lane.
Okay.
Ones I can remember. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I got quite a few sponsors.
Yeah.
But it's just good advertisement. I try to behave myself too, so
it's
represent well.
Right. And is there a monetary amount that you require for a sponsor? Or
so different spots are different amounts. Obviously, the bigger the spot, the more.
Yeah.
We haven't decided what spots are gonna be next year.
Okay.
What I'm gonna try to do, because there's different sponsors on different cars.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to do just one set of sponsors.
Okay.
We have T-shirts and sweatshirts,
okay.
everything, and so it'd be easier just to get all of them
All
so
the
we
same.
make one shirt,
Yeah,
because we
right.
have two different shirts.
Yeah. So they can get a hold of you on your Facebook page. What are your future racing plans?
Well, we're gonna be back at. I think I'll be back at Thunder Road for a long time. Local track, not far. Fun people to race with. And next we're gonna be back at Claremont too. We're not. I don't know, too far in the future. I'd like to move up eventually, but we're gonna do another year of this.
And when you say moving up, are you speaking like going to NASCAR or
so
different
divisions.
Different
so
divisions.
This is an entry level division.
This is. And what is this? What is this for an engine in it?
4-cylinder.
A 4-cylinder. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's the beginnings at Bradford as well.
Yep. So that Thunder Road is as soon as you move up, like you do 3 races of street stock, you can't come back down.
Oh, okay.
Claremont's a little different. It's more.
Yeah.
But Thunder Road's supposed to be a beginner's class.
So ultimately, what would you like to see yourself in? What division would you like to see yourself kind of be at?
I'm thinking like a Tiger, or like a street stock eventually. Because a lot of places race. That makes sense. So you can travel.
Right.
That's one fun thing about pure stocks is most every track has a pure stock division. You can go race at it.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. And what is the engines in the Tigers?
Those are 602 sealed crate motors, I believe. So 8 cylinders.
So a bit of a change from a 4.
Yeah, and they're rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
And these are front load, and you can do a lot. There's a lot of adjustments.
Okay. All right, come ask your next question, bub.
Sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. Remember?
What is your favorite race car of all time?
My favorite race car?
Yeah.
I don't know if I really have a favorite. I like these ones. But yeah, I guess I don't have a favorite.
Ones I don't like is the one that makes a loud noise.
He doesn't like the modifieds.
Oh yeah.
Barrage. He doesn't like the modified cars.
Sprint.
Oh, the mini sprints.
Mini
Yes, you don't like the mini sprints. So, how did you get started with racing? Like, did you do go karts or did you do anything?
I went to Loudon one time. And I was like, this could be fun. And then, so that was around my birthday. We got back, and a family friend, Nader Tater, runs a 16. And we went to the track, and he let me run his car for a few laps. And he's like, "Man, you're pretty consistent out there." And the next week we picked up our own car.
Nice.
So
that was it. You didn't even have like I know my brother did go karts and what are those things called? I can't even remember the name of the other cars that he did, but then he did mini sprints. But we always did like demolition derbies and stuff like that. But you just jumped right in, huh? Let's see. As far as racing, who do you look up to the most? Like, is there somebody that you have watched race that you really strive to be like, or that you get hints and tips from? Or
so Nate helps us out a lot, and it's just a lot of people I race with. Have a lot of respect for them.
Yeah.
And especially how you drive on the track.
Yeah.
There's some people that definitely have respect for you and you give respect to them, but there's also people who don't. And,
right. That's racing, right?
Yeah.
You have your fair share of people that don't follow the rules and don't make it fun, right?
But most people, especially at Thunder Road, they're like, if you break something, you'll have 5 guys come over and be like, "What do you need? You need help? I have this part if you want to put that on." It's a good community to be a part of.
That's good. So that was I had a question too about your pit crew. Who is your pit crew when you go to Thunder Road and to Claremont?
My grandfather and my dad, and sometimes my buddy Matt.
Okay.
And every once in a while somebody else would tag on. The Gonzaleses, they've been wicked supporters of me.
Good.
Usually when they come out to Claremont, they'll come in the pits and make sure I'm all set.
Nice.
But yeah.
So you're well taken care of when
Yeah,
you're racing.
no, I
and you don't have
definitely
to
not
worry
showed
about
up
it.
by myself. I
That's
definitely
good.
got enough people.
That's good. So how many times you come in with a flat tire?
I think only a few times. I think only once. Usually, if you get a flat tire, you're done.
Yeah.
Sometimes they give you a few caution laps to get back out there, but every time I've gotten a flat would be like 5 laps to go, and you don't have enough
And
time.
it's just not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you prefer asphalt to dirt?
I haven't raced dirt.
Okay.
I've been wanting to, but we've just been busy.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. Would you have to have a completely different setup on your car?
Nope.
No.
Nope. I think so. One guy I raced with at Claremont races dirt,
Okay.
and he races up at Devil's Bowl,
Yeah.
and I've been wanted to go race with him a few times, but we just been busy,
Yeah.
especially running 2 tracks. It's
That's busy.
time-consuming.
And you have your own life, right? You're going
Yeah.
to school full
Yeah.
time and you have a job that you work. Do you work like it's probably part time because
So
or is it
when
full-time?
school started, I work after school.
Yeah. That's nice. You're busy.
Yeah.
Is racing expensive? Kind of know this question, but
Yeah.
is racing expensive? Because probably a lot of our viewers don't know how expensive racing is. They kind of take for granted that you just get a car and you just go and you race and you're done and over with. But
so racing is pretty costly. Even this division.
Yeah.
Sponsors really help.
Yeah.
A lot, but a lot of it is out of our own pocket.
Yeah.
Which is also sometimes makes you think, should I really go there?
Yes.
When you gotta fix it all yourself. But
Yep.
yeah, just try to limit the parts usage.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think when you're racing too, it's an evil conspiracy between loving the sport and hating the sport
Yeah,
at the same
it is.
time. You really want, you really want to do it because it's fun and you're competitive and you're doing well.
Yeah.
But
some nights you don't want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially those nights that you like take the engine completely or something.
Yeah.
Those are the nights that you.
Yeah, tires. We've been through a lot of tires this year, which sucks because this car really loves broken tires, but they just chewing them up and run into people. People run into me, just slashing them, and then it's a rim, and you got to buy a whole new rim and tire.
Yeah. So are they racing tires on it, or are they regular
So these are
tires,
just
or what are they?
DOT road tires.
Regular road
Yep.
tires. Okay.
But like every division up will run
Different tires.
Hoosiers,
Okay.
which are like they're bald.
And I actually saw something on Facebook that Thunder Road was having a tire take back day.
Yeah.
Are you going to participate in that? Or do you need to?
We don't need to.
You don't need to. It's probably for the higher up classes that go
Yeah,
through quite
they
a few
have-
tires.
Yeah, a lot of places. So a lot of places you have to buy tires at that track.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't run other
Oh, I didn't know
tires.
that.
Because I believe Thunder Road has their own mold.
Oh, really?
So you have to run.
That's something I didn't know. You're educating me now because
Yeah.
I had no idea about that.
But like White Mountain, so I have ran Hoosiers on that car. Like the street stock guys when they go throw their tires out, like, hey, what are you doing with those?
Yeah.
And we can run those up find rims and run those up at White Mountain.
Oh, okay, nice. So you mentioned White Mountain. Where is White Mountain? It's in New Hampshire?
It's in New Hampshire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said it's comparable to the Claremont, to the Thunder Road track?
So same owner.
Oh, the same owner. Okay.
Yeah, same owner. So they run late models and tigers, but they're street stock. They don't call them warriors. They're strictly minis up there. They're kind of a mixture between our cars and our street stocks at Thunder Road.
Oh, okay.
So it's hard because they can run race springs and all that, but we can't. So it's a little harder to be competitive up there.
So how many divisions are up there?
3.
3. Okay.
Because they have a kids class too.
Oh, wow.
Which is
Okay.
just kids.
Okay. Let's see. What days do you race on? What are race days?
Usually Thursday, Friday. Claremont. We were supposed to run every week. Claremont. I think we only had 8 races with weather.
With the weather.
Scheduling. But Thursday nights, every Thursday, and a few weekends.
Yeah.
But feels like every day.
Every
some
day.
days, yeah.
Yeah. I know Bradford had so many missed race days
Yeah.
this year because of the weather, and we actually raced one Sunday because
Yeah.
we had gone 3 Saturdays without any racing, and everybody was chomping at the bit. So
Yeah, no, it does suck. A few times I've had to miss Thunder Road because it rained out and rescheduled for the next day when I had Claremont.
yeah.
I had to go run up at Claremont.
So what is the kind of schedule for them when it rains there? Like when you've already gotten there, you've been there maybe a couple of hours, and then it rains. What is their kind of go to? I know what they do for a dirt track. I
Yeah.
know it's probably completely different for an
Yeah.
asphalt track. So what's the process?
If usually when they're there, if it only rains a little bit, we can get cars out there and dry the track. But 2 times this year we've been sitting in our car, all buckled in, ready to go, and it just started pouring, and we were done for the night. So
Yeah,
it is
I
what it
saw
is.
them out there with like big blow dryer.
So
thing
that's for
fans.
speedy dry to usually get the speedy
Okay.
dry off there.
Oh, okay.
Usually the track gets so hot that even when it sprinkles a little bit, it don't
It doesn't
matter because
yeah.
it's so hot from all that rubber.
So there's obviously complications if you're in a race car and it's starting to pouring rain
Yeah.
on dirt. I know that it gets sloppy and messy.
Yeah.
But what is the adverse reaction to asphalt when you get a lot of rain?
Driving on ice.
Driving on ice.
It's just slippery, especially going that fast on that steep of a. It's a little better for us because these are have treads in them, but the race tires are balled.
Yes, so it's
so
no grip.
It's not good.
Yeah,
for
so
them.
it's pretty similar with Barrage and
Yeah.
and Thunder Road. When does racing start up again? I know we're pretty much done for Thunder Road, right?
Yep, Thunder Road's done. Been done for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Um,
Does it start in May?
not sure.
I know
I don't think
Bradford
they-
goes May to October, but I don't know.
I think they can start a little bit before we can.
Yeah.
I'll have to. I don't think they've put their schedule out yet.
Okay.
But
All right. And then they stopped a few weeks ago.
yeah.
Yeah. And their last race was the Milk Bowl.
Bowl,
that
yeah.
was their last race? And can you tell me a little bit about the Milk Bowl? I know that's a really popular.
So the Milk Bowl is this year was the 63rd year of the Milk Bowl. It's a big event for late models, really the whole track. The track owner at the drivers meeting was saying we had almost 700,000 people watching online.
Wow.
So the late models do 53 lap segments and they do points. We did 2. I think I got 8th overall out of 27 cars that started.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad, no.
Yeah.
Usually it's a wreck fest for us, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it is usually really high car counts for everybody.
Yeah.
So they send some late models home.
Oh, wow.
Saturday they do qualifying.
Oh, okay.
Like they start at 38.
Wow. That's crazy. What do your friends think of you racing?
They think it's cool. I don't think
cool?
a lot of them really know
Yeah.
how much work it is, and
Yeah.
that a lot of my friends come out and watch and
They do.
support. And
That was going to be my next question. How many of your friends actually come out and watch you?
give me a hard time about it too. But
Yeah. Especially if you don't make it great.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've had a few
happens.
incidents. And
Yeah. They kind of razz you a little bit. Brendan, do you have any more questions? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you take me around the car.
Yeah.
And just kind of tell me who the sponsors are that we've got going on here. I'm just going to try to.
So I got Boulez on the back door and Blackhorn Electrics on the quarter rear panel. I got that's my uncle, AT Model Glass on the back pillar. Garrett welded my roll cage for me, and Bushy gave me some tires. Steve put my windshield in for me.
Nice.
I got Kwasnick Family Dental in Barry, and that's my friend John Lincoln.
Okay.
Lincoln Sugar Makers.
Yep, I'm familiar with them.
Yeah. And Brian's Reg Racing is on the A pillar.
Okay.
That's Nader Tater. He's helped me out a lot, and he did all my vinyl.
Nice.
Foolin' and Daughters. on my rocker panels.
And that's looking a little rough, huh?
Yeah, definitely some rubbing. Besides self-storage and sharing beef on the hood.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's a pretty cool car, huh, Brennan? Do you want to sign off, Bren? You want to say, what do you need to say to him?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for coming out and having, shake hands.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out.
All right, guys, until our next broadcast.